Welcome to a brand new edition of Surface Area. Today we're going to be finding the surface area of a square pyramid. Now I know what you're asking. You're like, well, what is a square pyramid? Well, it's this thing right here. And you know why it's a square pyramid? Well, it's because of that thing right there. It's because the base of this pyramid happens to be a square. We tend to name the pyramids based off of what their base is. So if it were a triangle, it would be a triangular pyramid. But in this case, it's a square pyramid, so we call it a square pyramid. So we're going to go ahead and find the surface area. That's how much it takes to cover this entire shape with no gaps and no overlaps in square feet in this case. So let's go ahead and dive into it by finding the area of, whoops, what just happened? By finding the area of each individual portion of this pyramid. Okay, so let's start with the base. Because it is a square, that means the length and the width are the same. So we can just simply say 8 times 8, and that gives us our area of 64 feet square for the base. I'm just going to write down my areas right there. The next up is going to be one of the sides, or the faces, I say, of this pyramid, these triangles here. So remember, to find the area of a triangle, we're going to take the base, which is 8, and we're going to multiply it by the height, which is 16. And then once we've done that multiplication, we're going to divide the whole thing by 2. So let's go ahead and do the multiplication first. So we do 8 times 16 gives me 128. And now I have to divide that 128 by 2, and that gives me, oh, look at that. It gives me another 64. So the area of that face is the same as the base. It's 64 feet squared. Well, that means all of them are going to be 64 feet squared. That means this one right here is going to be 64 feet squared. The back is going to be 64 feet squared. And then the left side is also going to be 64 feet squared. So we got the one we just did, the right side, the left side, and the back that we would have to add all up to get the surface area of the whole shape. Now, I do think it's helpful to write down all the areas just so you can see what you're doing. You're adding up all the areas of this shape right here to get the surface area. But in this case, we got 64s all over the board. So we can just multiply it by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and get our answer. So let's do 64 times 5. And that just so happens to be 320. So the surface area of that shape is going to be 320 feet squared. Now let's just double check and make sure that we are correct. Dun, 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 dun. That's right, folks. We are correct. And I do hope that was helpful to you. Best of luck in your square pyramid surface area finding, and have a great evening, or morning, or afternoon, or whenever you're watching this.